that whatever else happened, nothing could go wrong with her. Although if the operation failed, and Lisa had to return home with no comfort for her future, and no promise that, in time, the ill effects of her accident would be completely wiped away, and she would again play her piano, that had stood silent for so long, then life for Lisa would be the death in life she had been enduring for nearly 10 months now, and which so frightened all the members of her family. For Lisa didn't simply take music seriously. It was her life. At 15 she had made up her mind that the concert platform was her aim, and at 21 she had stood firmly dedicated to nothing else. Even her father and mother had recognized that in their younger daughter they had produced a musical genius. They had given her every encouragement and been proud of the way she had worked. Her acceptance of the fact that it might be years before that dreamed-of first recital, which would set her on the road to success and give prominence to the name of Lisa Holt. But, as it happened, those years of painstaking devotion to only one object, and that fanatical disregard of all lesser pleasures and diversions, had brought their reward far earlier than had been expected, and Lisa's first recital had been given, and had attracted such favourable notices that her future seemed assured. She was like a star that would shoot across the sky, with nothing in its path to stop it. She was brilliant. She was remarkable. She was completely happy. Until the night when she was involved in a collision, and the taxi that was carrying her to her home in the Cromwell Road crumpled up like a concertina, with Lisa inside it. And when they knew that she would live, they waited anxiously to learn how soon, and how completely, she would recover. She did recover the use of all her limbs, save her slender right hand, which remained paralysed. And a paralysed right hand was a hopeless right hand for a girl consumed by burning ambition, a girl such as Lisa Holt. At first, the doctors had suggested treatment, and one treatment gave place to another, but without result. Lisa felt there was no point in her having made a recovery at all, if this thing was to happen to her. If it had been her leg, she could have borne it. If it had been any part of her, save her hand, she could have borne it. Her eyes, which were naturally enormous, seemed to grow lifeless in her face, and all their brown and youthful sparkle might never have been. She had had a kind of elfin beauty that had charmed when she had taken her place before a piano, and the rippling movements of her fingers had delighted her audience. But now the beauty had become wan and faded, and her tight little smile was full of bitterness. She had been cheated, so badly cheated that she felt she could not endure to go on, unless some hope of some kind was sent to her to make existence supportable. And the hope was provided when a specialist pronounced his opinion that an operation performed by a certain Swiss surgeon might, and he would go as far as to say that he felt it was almost a certainty, restore life and flexibility to her fingers. Virginia returned to her bedroom and started slowly to change her dress for dinner. Although she had said that she would have something on a tray, she knew now that it would be impossible to spend the evening alone in that room, with nothing but the vague noises of the hotel to distract her. The knowledge that she was in a country new and utterly strange to her, to cast a kind of additional loneliness across her spirit, and the vision of Lisa's hollow-eyed face reappearing constantly before her eyes. And because Lisa had wished it, she put on the blue dress, which was her one and only evening gown. It had been bought for a tennis club dance, and suited her very well indeed. Virginia had none of the striking, essentially vivid type of beauty which had once been her sister's. For one thing, she was 4 years older, although sometimes she actually looked much younger, for her grey eyes were peculiarly girlish.